Hi Shadow Silk. So I decided to enhance my sword, ow, with the with poison. Oh, the new shield looks nice. A new recipe. What is it? Chicken breast, finally! Increase max health by 4900. Wait, what? Wait, I already have it. I thought finally. Known food recipe, yay. Oh well. Okay. The Anuat paraphrased. The first ones were brothers, Anu and Padome. They came into the void, and time began. As Anu and Padome wandered the void, the interplay of light and darkness created Nir. Both Anu and Padome were amazed and delighted with her appearance, but she loved Anu and Padome retreated from them in bitterness. Nir became pregnant, but before she gave birth, Padome returned, professing his love for Nir. She told him that she loved only Anu, and Padome beat her in rage. Anu returned, fought Padome, and cast him outside time. Nir gave birth to creation, but died from her injuries soon after. Anu, grieving, hid himself in the sun and slept. Meanwhile, life sprang up and flourished on the 12 worlds of creation. After many ages, Padome returned to time. He saw creation and hated it. He swung his sword, shattering the 12 worlds in their alignment. Anu awoke and fought Padome again. The long and furious battle ended with Anu as the victor. He cast aside the body of his brother, who he believed was dead, and attempted to save creation by forming the remnants of the 12 worlds into one, Nirn, the world of Tamriel. As he was doing so, Padome struck him through the chest with one last blow. Anu grappled with his brother and pulled them both outside of time forever. The blood of Padome became the Daedra, the blood of Anu became the stars. The mingled blood of both became the Aedra, as evinced by their capacity for good and evil, as well as their greater affinity for earthly affairs than the Daedra, who have no connection to creation. On the world of Nirn, all was chaos. The only survivors of the 12 worlds of creation were the Elnofei and the Hist. The Elnofei are the ancestors of Mer and Men. The Hist are the trees of Argonia. Nirn originally was all land, interspersed with seas but no oceans. A large fragment of Elnofei world landed on Nirn relatively intact, and Elnofei living there were the ancestors of the Mer. These Elnofei fortified their borders from the chaos outside, hid their pocket of calm, and attempted to live on as before. Other Elnofei arrived on Nirn, scattered amid the confused jumble of the shattered worlds, wandering and finding each other over the years. Eventually the wandering Elnofei found the hidden land of old Elnofei, and were amazed and joyful to find their kin living amid the splendor of ages past. The wandering Elnofei expected to be welcomed into the peaceful realm, but the old Elnofei looked on them as degenerates fallen from their former glory. For whatever reason, war broke out and raged across the whole of Nirn. The old Elnofei retained their ancient power and knowledge, but the wanderers were more numerous, toughened by their long struggle to survive on Nirn. This war reshaped the face of Nirn, sinking much of the land beneath new oceans and leaving the lands as we know them, Tamriel, Akavir, Admora, and Yokuta. The old Elnofey realm, although ruined, became Tamriel. The remnants of the Wanderers were left divided on the other 3 continents. Over many years, the Elnofey of Tamriel became the Mer, elves. The Dwemer, the Deep Ones, sometimes called dwarves. The Chimer, the Changed Ones, who later became Dunmer. The Dunmer, the Dark or Cursed Ones, the Dark Elves. The Bosmer, the Green or Forest Ones, the Wood Elves. The Altmer, the Elder or High Ones, the High Elves. On the other continents, the wandering Elnofey became the Men, the Nords of Admora, the Red Gods of Yokuda, and the Tsaesi of Akavir. The Hist were bystanders in the Elnofey War, but most of their realm was destroyed as the war passed over it. A small corner of it survived to become Black Marsh in Tamriel, but most of their realm was sunk beneath the sea. Eventually, men returned to Tamriel. The Nords were the first, colonizing the northern coast of Tamriel before recorded history, led by the legendary Isgramor. The 13th of his line, King Harald, was the first to appear in written history. Thus, the mythic era ended. So the Argonians always could get screwed over by everyone else. Constantly, all the time. This sucks. Spiders. Is there anything else to read over there? Doesn't seem like it though. Good. No. You saw nothing. I guess there isn't anything here then. I found that one thing at least, so that was nice. I stole some apples, that's it. There is the main base. And there is a quest here. I don't see anything there. Don't think. So let's talk to that guy. Hi, Garan.
Filthy goblins stole my wine. Why is it called blue wine? It's not actually blue.
I'm sorry.
I'm a wine trader. Balmora blue wine is my most popular, my best-selling wine. Of course, I'm ruined now. Those goblins over there, in the camp, knocked over my wagon and killed my horse. Took most of my shipment.
Do you want me to help you?
Yes, that's a great idea. I need my shipment back for the selling. Can you get the wine back from a camp over there and bring it here to me?
Try not to move, I'll be back with your wine.
Remember, wine comes in bottles. Round, thin bottles. Probably on the ground. Can't miss them.
Are you okay, Trotan? He's probably drunk.
Oh, sure, I'm top-notch. I'm a good wine seller. I'm Drothan, the wine master. I sell from Fort Virak to Darvin's Watch, and everywhere in between. Are you real? Your ears look funny.
Oh, you. There's another one who wants help over here.
Sorrow and gloom. My
Hello.
apprentice thinks strange meeting you out here in the wilds. After Davon's Watch, I hadn't expected to see you again. If I might say it, another minor issue has arisen.
What's happened?
He thinks he's a magical genius. To prove a point, he's transformed his brother into a goblin. A lady goblin. The chieftain of the nearby Shadow Silk tribe has taken him prisoner. He has every intent of taking Dethys as his tribal matron.
How can I
I've
help?
created a refined spell gem that should allow you to slip into the camp. Just be wary. The spiders guarding the goblins will not be fooled. Assault Chieftain Grimstal and return Dethys to us safely, if you would be so kind.
I'll save Dithis from his impending marriage. Oh god.
Hurry, my friend. The goblinization spell matrix I cast on him will only last so long. I don't want to think what would happen if his appearance changed in the middle of that camp.
Why the hell did you... Oh. Alright, I will deal with this. I will also look at the Palmora blue wine. This wine bottle bears the seal of the Palmora Blue Vineyards. That's 3 out of 10 bottles. 4. 5. Oh, hello. I did not even see them until it was too late. Where did that spellcaster go? There you are, I'm stuck. Good. So much wine. That's 9, I need 1 more. There's 2 here, but I'll take just 1. Alright, I have the number 4, which blocks spells automatically. Chieftain. Interrupted your little thing. I tried to block it, but I couldn't. I'm out of stamina. I only drank a max stamina potion, not the stamina recovery one. Oak Shield of Stamina. It gives me more stamina, but mine also gives me critical resistance. So, no. Hello.
You're not with the tribe, are you? Help me.
How did I capture you? What?
You're not with the tribe, are you? Help me.
Here, let me untie you.
About the chieftain first. He won't let me out of his sight.
Okay.
You're not with the tribe.
How did I capture you?
Just showing me how the spell works. Then the Shadow Silk tribe jumped us. They carried me off as a tribute for Grimstal. Enough talk. Get me out of here.
Let me untie you. Is this an escort quest? No. He will go on his own. Good. Because this is a really busy camp. Nope. Hi, I got your wine.
Remember, wine comes in bottles. Round, thin bottles. Probably on the ground. Can't miss them.
I have recovered what's left of your shipment.
Thank the three. All three of them. This wine's perfect for selling to other people. You are my new and bestest friend. If you ever have need of wine, remember my name. Drothan, the wine master.
I will note it down. That sounds interesting. Also, this new item, I really need to learn how to get the enchantments out of it. Because this is light armor, I don't use light armor, but it has reduces block cost. That would be amazing. Oh. What did that guy do? Okay.
Thank you again, my fine, fine friend. Don't worry about me. I'm going to sit here and inspect every one of these bottles to make sure they're all still good. For the selling.
Yeah, you're gonna drink them all, aren't you? Oh, I should also get this shrine here. Ashen Roadway Shrine.
And Dethys has returned, unharmed from the looks of his green skin.
Happy to help,
I
Master.
hope these two have learned from their mistakes. Spellcrafting is not to be taken lightly, like a goblin's heart, apparently. I've decided to leave Dethys as a goblin for a few days. Hopefully it will remind the brothers of what happens when they meddle in magic they don't understand.
Indeed.
Amazing work, my friend. Now Dethys and I can deconstruct the goblinization matrix and see where I went wrong. Perhaps some sort of magical attraction component was added by mistake. So, Dethys, do you feel pretty?
I can't thank you enough for saving me from Chieftain Grimstar. I'm going to suffer through this humiliation as long as I need to. At least I'm alive. And stop looking at me like that, Denthis.
Oh, these guys. Now, what did I want to do? I wanted to do something in the inventory, but I forgot what. Anyway, how long is left on this? Increase max stamina for 10 more minutes. So, let's get back. Oops. I went the wrong way. Let's get back to the quest at hand. Collect Gorlisk's head. That's what I wanted to do. But it is great to find these little quests on the way or along the way. I wonder how many I have missed around here. If I have missed any. I have been on top of the mountain. I have been around here and here. So I don't know. Magma Flow Overlook discovered. This one here. Oh, he's up there. I can go around. That's fine. I won't Bullnetch. You're a boss. Let's try. Double bashed accidentally. That was bad. Again, the double bash. Lean and Epollant's membrane and Acar. But that's not who I needed. But I guess that's an achievement. Because that was a roaming boss. There usually are achievements for those. Let's see. So many bodies around here. So this girl is a toughie. Let's bash it in instantly. Nope. Can't do that with me. I need to block more attacks. So what did I get? Colleague said, this is the severed head of the savage clanfear known as Garlesk. There might be a reward for killing it. And lean and gloves of stamina. Ah, another light armored thing. They also saw this here. Let's unlock it. What's inside? Oops. I actually managed to broke a lockpick. Argentum and amethyst ring of reduced spell costs, magic cost, and increases maximum stamina. Oh god, these two don't go together at all. And yeah, that doesn't work for me. Oh hello, great harbingers of the companions. This history is recorded by Swift the Long-Sighted of the Circle of Jorvaskr in the Second Era. I will read this elsewhere in case the boss returns. Because I have this. But at the same time I think it appears in the lore library as well. But where? What was it? Great harbingers of the companions. Here it is. This history is recorded by Swift the Long-Sighted of the Circle of Jorvaskr in the Second Era. While I am not gifted with the sharp gift of words, I have learned the stories of the companions before me and set to record them that they might not be lost when I am. Hereafter is the list of notable harbingers of the companions, those who lead us through the darkness to glories in Sovngarde. Notes on the harbinger. The companions have never had a true leader since Isgramor. None have been mighty enough to corral the great hearts that beat within Jorvaskr. While others, like mages and thieves, need the blessings of their hierarchy to know how to dress, we companions are capable of leading our own destinies to glory. The harbinger advises, resolves disputes, and helps to clarify when questions arise of the nature of honor. In the thousands of years the companions have held at Jorvaskr, there have been harbingers both terrible and brilliant, those known for their arm, those for their hearts, and those for their minds. Here are listed some of the most gloried harbingers who inspire song and deed. Isgramor, the first harbinger, the first man, the bringer of words, and the one who first bound the companions to honor in that far-off land of long ago. Better people have written of him, so I will not attempt to meet their words. or Jeek maybe, of the river, captain of the Jorvaskr during the return. What? Discoverer of the Skyforge, founder of Whiterun, and keeper of the original oath to the companions, now lost to time. While other crews sought glory in conquest, his was the first to settle and serve as protector for the less war-gifted in the land as they came behind. Mrithveil the Withdrawn, several hundred years after the death of Isgramor, the companions as we now know them were soldiers for hire. Little better than mercenaries, our services could be purchased for the fighting of wars, but the commitment to individual honor meant that often shield brothers would be forced to face each other on the field of battle. The bonds of honor which bind the companions threatened to break, until Mrithveil, in his wisdom, decreed that we would no longer be party to any war or political conflict of any kind. Because of his steady hand, the companions today are known as impartial arbiters of honor, in addition to their glories on the field of battle. Kirok, the Lofty, the first harbinger to not be of ancestral Admoran blood. This was around the time that the Nords began to think of themselves as such, and there were great disputes about purity and the legacy of Isgramor. Sirach, or Kirok, first came to Jorvaskr as a servant, but the Red Guard quickly proved his mettle when treated disrespectfully by one of the less honor-bound warriors of the time, granted the stature of an honorary companion after saving the life of Harbinger Tulvar the Unmentioned. He became known as the most capable of shield brothers in the Hall, with speed and cunning surpassing any of the old Admoran stock. His time as Harbinger was short-lived, but it is said that his field knowledge of blade work continues to pass to every new companion through their training. Henantir the Outsider, the first Elven Harbinger, like Kirok before him. I think it's still Sirach, not Kirok. Like Sirach before him, he was initially subject to ridicule when arriving at Jorvaskr, for this was the time, near the closing of the First Era, when elves were not permitted to be full companions, and few were even allowed to see the inside of the hall. Henantir was humble in the daylight hours, performing any task asked of him. At night he trained fiercely in the outside yard, allowing himself only minutes of sleep before resuming his servant duties the next day. So he toiled through several harbingers, never resting, never complaining, and always keeping his mind and body sharp. Given his long life, he came to be trusted by the new companions as the one who helped them learn the ways of honor. When one such pupil had aged into an old man and become Harbinger himself, Henantir was the one at his deathbed. With all companions assembled, he named Henantir as his successor, saying, "Even an elf can be born with the heart of a Nord sometimes." There were some number of companions who laid down their weapons that day, but those who remained knew the truth of honor, and it is their legacy we continue to bear. Make of the Piercing Eyes, a harbinger known for her great beauty, but any who underestimated her on account of it would never make the mistake again. She was said to have once stared down half an opposing army, then slaughtered the remainder single-handedly. Her disappearance in her 8th year as Harbinger has never been explained, though many slanderous lies claim to make accountings for it. Cumil Longnose, after the dark periods of the Second Era, when a string of false and dishonorable harbingers laid claim to Jorvaskr, it was Cumil Longnose who gathered the true hearts of the companions in the wilds and stormed Jorvaskr itself, killing the usurpers and returning honor through blood in the old ways. He began the tradition of trusted advisors, called the Circle, after our great lord Isgramor's Council of Captains. who would serve as examples to the younger, newer companions. By ensuring that the notions of honor can have an unbroken string of tradition, he steadied the course of the companions, and restored our destinies to that of his grammars, pressing ever onwards to Sovngarde. Wow. Interesting. Also, I won't cut that part out, but when I opened the librarian, I once again dated the episode, and you can see that I still am not pre-recording. Every time I try to pre-record, I get some things done and then something comes up. I will try it again now, but I can't guarantee that nothing will come up yet again. So yeah, that's kinda a problem. Clothing station, Ashen Crypt in what did I say? Ashen Crypt I meant. So just random stuff here. And then there is shark. More shark. Where do I even have to go? I have to go this way. That will be my next quest. To talk to Shuldrashi at the farm near Krakenmoor. Sounds fun. This way, right? Yep. Any stuff here? It's over there. Vanguard Assassin. So Vanguard is here. There are runes which I can't... Vanguards are there and there is nothing to read. So let's just go there. But there's another shrine. Or is there? No, that is not a shrine. I thought that was a shrine area. Oh well. It's just a gateway.